All right, lock in because today I'm going to be talking about the Dallas Wings losing big time to the Minnesota Lynx in their first regular season game of this season. And to make it worse for the Wings, they lost to this Lynx team, missing two starters in Kayla McBride and Elena Smith. So this was for sure a big missed opportunity to get a win. I feel like the reason why the Wings lost this game was a perfect mix of bad offense and defense, which hypothetically, like that should be the reason for why any team loses. Like their offense wasn't good enough to keep up with the opponent and their defense wasn't good enough to stop their opponent from scoring. True, but in this game, I saw a bad process on both the offensive and defensive end that I wanted to point out. First off, there's just no paint protection on this team at all. Nalissa and Tierra couldn't stay out of foul trouble, especially Tierra. She picked up 3 fouls in less than 2 minutes and just looks completely unplayable despite being 6'7". And I would say that Maddie and Maisha were better, definitely the best big options for the night, especially on offense, but there's just no stopping Nafisa Collier, obviously, like MVP, but they couldn't even stop Jessica Shepard, which she's actually a nice player for sure, but the lack of a real big for the Wings made her look way better than she actually is. But all credit to her, like she had her way with everyone and had an amazing performance. Like she really seized the opportunity for sure. Minnesota's bigs were consistent throughout the whole game. Then I'd say that Courtney Williams really got going in the third quarter, just scoring all over DeJournet's defense, and like that just blew the game wide open. But I wouldn't say that was the main defensive problem. Like I said, it lies with the bigs. They kept on losing Nafisa on cuts all night long, and even when they were attached, like their presence just wasn't felt. Like they just don't have the personnel, I would say. Then on the offensive end, it was just as bad as the defense because there was no structure. The thumbnail of this video is probably going to say something along the lines of Paige Bueckers had a disappointing performance, which it was a disappointment that she didn't get to score more points, but that's not all her fault. The real disappointment was the coach and her teammates for not really finding her like that, not really letting her be the focal point of the offense when she should have been. Like she looked solid out there actually. The shots didn't fall, only 10 points on 43% true shooting, but like she looked comfortable out there and got to her spots nicely and took some smart makeable shots. They just didn't fall. She had a bad shooting night, but it wasn't a bad overall game. The process was good. She took some reasonable shots and she impacted the game in other ways, like on the boards, 7 rebounds, which is a team high as a guard. Also, defensively, she was nice. She also had some potential dimes, but her teammates couldn't finish the play. She was fine, but like she's not going to be able to reach her full potential playing in this offense. It's a lot of like your turn, my turn, ISO ball, and Paige seems to be the only person trying to play team basketball on this team. There was a stretch in this game, third quarter, like 3 out of 4 possessions where Paige was creating some good offense. She beat her defender off the dribble, which created a 3 for DeJournet. Then on the next play, she ran a pick and roll with Nalissa and assisted her with a nice bounce pass. Then on the next possession, she turned it over, but I saw the vision, and if Nalissa got the ball, then she would have had a high chance to make something happen since she had her defender beat. Like that's good process right there. Then on the next possession, she drew a foul and made free throws. This was working. But then on the next possession, Arike had a made-up mind that she was going to score because she hadn't taken a shot in a few possessions. So she decided to get herself a shot, which to be fair, it ended up like not being the worst shot in the world. Like it had a chance to go in, and luckily like DeJournet was there for the putback. But like I feel like Paige was cooking, and you just got to ride the hot hand there. Like why go away from what's working? I singled this out because up until this play, Paige was actually having a solid game, like very efficient game. But right after this play, the game just spiraled out of control because of a combination of the defense falling apart, and they went away from Paige and started playing ISO ball again and like standing around. There was barely any purposeful movement in this offense. Also, speaking of ISO, I was never really a big fan of Paige and Enrique teaming up because they're both really nice with the ball in their hands, but there's only one ball. That's why I would have liked to see them get their minutes staggered some, like have them playing without each other for stretches of the game, like see how that works. But the coach decided that they're going to spend most of their time on the court together, which makes no sense to me because like I don't believe that you're getting the most out of them when one has the ball and the other one is standing on the wing or in the corner, especially when there's no real system in place. So hopefully this offense gets more Paige centric as the year goes on, or hopefully like she just takes it into her own hands because like what they're running right now just isn't going to win. But yeah, that's probably it for now. I usually have a section for player grades right here, but it's a new team, like trying to learn everyone's tendencies, trying to see what their expectations should be, trying to see what I should actually grade them on. And like, I'm trying to see what their role on this team is going to be because it could be different from their role on their previous team. So it's going to take a few games before I actually give out some like decent, like serious grades. All I know is that Tiara and Melissa are both getting Fs, and like no one should really get an A, especially in this blowout loss. The highest grade I'd give out is probably like a B to Maddie. Then like everyone else just falls in between. But yeah, that is all for now. Stay strong, stay brutal, because above all else, it's anything to win.
I won't let you down, Bruce. I'll keep fighting. Always.